And now I would like you to give a roaring applause for my good bud, Stephanie. Come on, girl.
My name is Stephanie. My parents ran away in the early 60s to get married. My mother was a Romanian Czechoslovakian Jew. My father was a light-skinned man of color. We lived in Harlem. My brother, who was 2 years older than me, died in a tragic accident, sliding down a banister and cracking his head against a fridge and bleeding to death in my arms. I was friends with everybody back in Harlem, so everyone called me Shine. My dad got a good job working on the railroad, and he had a housing allotment. But mostly we lived in the car because he drank away the allotment. I learned what alcohol was real early because my mother taught me 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles of beer, your dad will be lots of fun. If you see the whiskey bottle, you take your brother and you go somewhere with your blankets and you hide. My mother equipped the car with all the essentials, such as clothes, a cooler, games, etc. We didn't want for anything. She was a teacher, so every day seemed like an adventure, a game, learning in a variety of ways. That all came to the halt at the age of 9 when my father, drinking whiskey, shot his boss over a card game. He went to prison, and we moved to upstate New York to be close to him. My new school advanced me 2 grades after my first 3 weeks. At 9, they sent me to see a psychiatrist who diagnosed me with schizophrenic with schizophrenogenic speech patterns. That's a mouthful. I asked the psychiatrist with my attitude how he thought he could diagnose me like that since he primarily spoke German and it didn't seem to me that that was the right diagnosis. The school didn't take it real seriously either. I graduated high school 3 days before my 16th birthday and began working full-time to help support my mom and family. Later in my life, I was diagnosed with PTSD, dissociative identity disorder, major depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. In 2010, I found a free program called the Key Clubhouse of South Florida, whose mission is to help people with mental illness reintegrate into the workforce and community life. As a recovering addict with mental illness, I have learned not to just survive, but to live life and have fun. I'm a social worker by education and recently accepted a job as an emergency room opiate addiction counselor as a peer specialist, and I'm so happy. My poem tells my mental health journey. What do you see? Well put together, functional I go, 27-year professional social worker. What do you see when you look at me? Only I know what lies deep inside, the pain I sought so long to hide. Huddled in a darkened room, insides tumultuous, feeling like an earthquake, quivering, nerves all ashake, a lonely soul no one can see. When I go outside, I look like me. Clothing match, earrings too, all cleaned up with shoe shines too. You didn't know my pains inside. My life's sole quest was to hide at work, with friends, at school, yet always excel, the perfect perfectionist, I always look well. Always years before my age, familial alcoholism and mental illness set the stage. When I had my very first taste, I found it all the route to escape. So very simple, you will see. I just didn't want to live as me, not live my life, exist in my skin, certainly not to let you in. I had to hide, for I was shamed. I figured it out. I was to blame. Social stigma pounded at my door. It was too much, no room for more. And so, seeking my final solution, I tried to take my life again and again and again. I couldn't succeed. Even death wasn't my friend. I wanted relief, just not to be, to close my eyes and never see. Not what I had seen, felt, or heard. Disappearance was what I craved. My illnesses had me enslaved. No way out, none that I knew. I tried, I used, I fumbled through. All from the outside, things look good. I work, own a home, other properties too. You'd never know unless I told you what was dwelling within, the deep dark hole that I lived in. I'm here to say I've begun again. No more escapes, a brand new way. I let go of the past, created new goals. I'm moving, I'm thriving, I'm feeling whole. Better than ever, I can hardly believe it's true. Most days I'm content, even full of joy. I delight in humor and having fun. Respawn in my life. I'm on a new run. Searching and seeking. Employment on joy. Well, I got that. Faith today. I know it will come. I get up to have my coffee and begin with the sun. With almost an eagerness that greets every day. I live, love, work, and laugh, and I've learned to play. Every day I seek to give back. With renewed health and vigor, I reach for my life. I now know from within what I have to offer. Healing, guidance, with support, you too can prosper. We each find a path, though most not alone. We find we're not different, though some will shun. I reach for my life, my heart will warm with sun. Thank you.